I really fell in love with OpenToonz. I've used Blender. I love Blender, but I'm predominantly at this stage, and it's not permanent. But at this stage, I'm predominantly wanting to stay in the 2D format. I just enjoy it more. But I'm using a lot more Blender in the movie that I'm making for some of the backgrounds and the assets, the Jeep, the vehicles, etc. So that's not the point. But the software that I'm using, the 2D software, OpenToonz, I got to, well, one, love it, and still do. I think it's absolutely fantastic. But I learnt the backstory of it, and I came across Ghibli. Now, I had no idea of Studio Ghibli and the movies they had made, and I learnt about that. This is over the last 5 years. So I've grown to love the story of OpenToonz. They were using tunes very, all their stuff was hand drawn, and they were using tunes to do a lot of the scanning and the coloring, etc., etc., and the compositing at the end, which I found very interesting. So eventually, they worked on tunes. It was called Tunes. An Italian company created this, and they added a lot to it. The engineers added a lot to it. Um, if you go on the internet, you can find out a lot about. There's still a guy there who's still working for Studio Ghibli, their engineer, and he's adding to what's become OpenToonz a lot. So they took this thing called Tunes, and they really developed it for their needs, Studio Ghibli, and then at some point it was opened up to the world, and that was again quite recently. I forget exactly which year it is now, need to write the stuff down, but not that long ago, maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago. So this is now available, and this is professional world-class stuff that one of the best studios in the world, Studio Ghibli, has been using for decades. So when I got to learn that backstory, I already loved it, but then I realized, heck, this isn't Mickey Mouse stuff I'm playing with here. This is powerful stuff that's been used by one of the greatest studios, animation studios in the world. So what's not to love? So a lot of a lot of people would ask me on my YouTube channel, you're using OpenTunes, how do you do this and that? Whatever. So where I'm going with this is eventually I realize, I better make a course because I'm getting asked a lot. I've learned a lot over the last 5 years. Let me create a course, and I've put a lot of videos up here on YouTube, but let me make something more a deeper dig or dive into OpenTunes. And so that became my third course. So I've got these courses, and it's all available via these links here in the description. But that's where am now. What's lying ahead is I've got a lot of stuff here I want to show you, but I've got a book here which is falling apart, um, and this is 5 years old. As you can see, it's falling apart, but it's full of my ideas, sketches, etc., etc. And in this, I've got several other films that I've sketched out and written out, planned out. Some of them are quite well developed, and some of them are just ideas, and they need to be worked on. But I've got at least 5, 6, maybe 7 more films, and some of them are very short, that I want to create. The thing that holds me back is a lack of time. I'm obviously illustrating most days during the week. That's what I do for work, and the animation is mainly on the weekends and in the evenings. So to get through, as you know, if you've done some animation, it's very time consuming. Whether you're doing it in 3D or 2D, it doesn't make a difference. It's all time consuming. So these things take a lot of time. So at the moment, I'm still in the middle of the Painter on Safari movie. I hope to tie that up over the next couple of years. I'll probably come and slot a few more short movies in between. So I'll probably come and do a few more shorts, create them, because I don't think I want to wait that long before I get to them, because they won't take as long as the Safari movie is going to take, which is probably going to end up being 5 or 6 years. And this is part time. So if I sat down and did it, if it's going to be edited 20 minutes, how I work when or how I've seen, it's not, this isn't a goal, it's just my um, measurement is that I produce about a minute of finished animation a month. So if it's a 20-minute movie, it should take about 20 months full time. So between 18 months and 2 years is what it's going to take, about 5 to 6 years, because I'm doing it very much on the side. So I've got a lot of work ahead of me. All the work that I'm doing on the movie is going into my making a short, that ironic short animation movie course. All the cycles, the locomotion cycles are going, so all the animals in here, all the walk cycles, run cycles, etc., are going in the locomotion cycle course. And obviously I'm tying up my OpenToonz course, which is not related to this movie at all. But as I'm going through the movie, I'm learning a lot. I'm applying it into the OpenToonz course. So that's where I'm at the moment. I just want to show you some of the stuff I have here on the desk, some of the sketches, etc. I just want to show that. I just want to share that with you as well. So I'm just going to grab the camera now and show you that.